Hi Pisces, welcome to your bonus reading for January 2026, possibly the first of maybe two. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. This bonus reading is because you guys were one of the top 3 zodiac signs that engaged with the January prediction readings and the 2026 annual prediction readings over on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. So this is my way of saying thank you to those of you that supported me there on those platforms. I really appreciate you guys so much. And today we're going to be doing a 2-for-1 special, which means you get a love reading and a general message. So let's go ahead and jump right on into your love reading and see what comes up for you guys. Spiritual team, love oracles, what messages do you have for the Pisces collective regarding their love lives? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective regarding their love lives? Okay, so we had one that came out. It says Play-Doh, not like the putty Play-Doh, but the philosopher Play-Doh. It says, at the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Love is simply the name for the desire and pursuit of the whole. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessings. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to pull from the deck because that's what I typically do, but that one jumped out, so I did want to at least read it. So if you guys resonate with that, that might be for a reason. But what I'm pulling from the top of the deck is Pablo Picasso. Okay. It says, make seduction the greatest work of art. Begin all affairs with good intentions. Remember, it's not age, it's experience. Interesting. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Josephine Baker. You only need a bunch of bananas to make an impression. It's not about beauty, it's about luck and who loves you. Dance your way into immortal love. Now, I do have a slight problem with one of these cards just because one of these gentlemen was, from what I understand, not the most nice person in the relationships that they had. Pablo Picasso apparently was very abusive. So I take issue with that. But that aside, it's giving flirtatious. It's giving seduction. It's giving sensuality. It's giving very much like attraction. So I feel like a lot of you guys could be single, you guys could be dating, you guys could be really putting yourselves out there, focused on the art of seduction, on the art of attracting potential lovers, mates, relationships, whatever it is that you're looking for, because some of you guys may be looking for different things. But I do get the fact that there's like this really sexy vibe for the Pisces. And I was literally just thinking about this the other day. I used to call you guys Spices whenever you guys would have a really spicy reading, and I feel like the return of Spices is here. So I may be referring to you guys as Spices for the rest of this reading. Don't take it personally. It's just something I did by accident and it kind of stuck with me. Okay. So I feel like you guys are in it for the fun right now. You guys are having a good time. You guys are seeing what's out there. You're getting a lot of attention. You guys are looking good. You're feeling good. But let's get into the tarot and see what comes up for you guys and see what you guys need to know. All right. Spiritual team, Divine Feminine Tarot. What messages do you have for the Pisces collective regarding their love lives? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective regarding their love lives? Let's see. What do the Pisces, I keep wanting to say Spices. What does the Pisces collective need to know regarding their love lives? Okay, there you are, 10 of Cups. We got the Tower. Oh boy. We got the 5 of Cups. King of Cups. Page of Cups. Whoa, okay. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Wands in reverse. 4 of Cups. Knight of Swords. 5 of Swords. And Star in reverse. Interesting. I feel like okay, this is really interesting. I feel like some of you guys could be the type that plays hard to get. Like, some of you guys may enjoy the cat and mouse thing Okay, look, I'm not I'm not shaming nobody for how they go about, their kinks, their love lives, whatever. If you like being pursued and you like kind of like in a way toying with your prey, I guess, like that's up to you. That's how you like to express love, flirtation, whatever. But what I would say is obviously like just be careful with that, because I think some of you guys could, miss out potentially on opportunities or really good people or relationships by doing that, like by like kind of like playing games. There could be mixed signals, there could be, frustrations. So I would just say, obviously, like, be mature and know what you're doing and make sure that the consequences that come with that and what could potentially happen there. But I do feel like you guys are, I don't know, you guys like to, I don't know. A lot of you guys just like to, banter. You guys like a verbal banter. You guys like a verbal banter for sure with this 5 of Swords and Knight of Swords. You guys like to go back and forth. You like to play ping pong with people verbally. You like to push people's buttons maybe for some of you. Maybe you guys, that's your style of flirting. You like to kind of like, see what you can get what you can get out of people in terms of like getting a rise out of them, you know what I mean? Something like that. But I feel like also a lot of you guys just don't really have to do much when it comes to dating, or that may have been the truth in the past. But the Ace of Wands in reverse with the 4 of Cups, it feels like you guys are sitting pretty. You're not really like hurting for attention. You guys get a lot of attention wherever you go. Okay, at work, at the bar, at where the bus, like anywhere you go, people just, they ask you out. They throw flowers at your feet. They're like, Pisces, what's up? Can we go on a little date? And you're like, I don't know. Can you handle me? Like that kind of a thing. That's the vibe I get from this particular Pisces. Now take what resonates. Maybe you guys don't identify with that type of style, and that's fine. I think I forgot to say it, but usually at the beginning of my readings, I say, hey, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Not every message is going to resonate with every single Pisces out there. If it's not hitting, don't try to force it. It's probably just a message for a different Pisces, okay? So for those of you that do resonate with this, I mean, I don't know. I feel like a lot of you guys like had fun when you got attention like this, but it wasn't really like, I don't know. The Star card in reverse is kind of throwing me off. It's saying to me like it never really got you anywhere. It never really got you the relationship that you wanted, or a lot of you guys may have been like really cynical about love, and so that's why you kind of have this approach to flirting. You'd be like, I don't really take things seriously, or I put people through the ringer to prove themselves to me. Does that make sense? That's kind of what I'm getting. I feel like though, there could be somebody that kind of, I don't know if sweeps you off your feet is the right word, but this Tower card tells me someone's about to turn your world upside down. They're about to rock your world. They're gonna have you saying, what the hell, what just happened? Did I just catch feelings? Like some of you guys could be in your feels, and I don't know if this situation is a past situation that then caused you to be like this, or if this is a situation that's gonna kind of take you out of like, I don't need to be the pursuer. I can get all the attention I want whenever I want. I don't have to chase anybody. They just come to me and I get to choose whatever I want to do and whoever I want to do it with, kind of a thing. Like I got options. I don't need to settle down. I don't need to, be hyper focused on one person. But I feel like for some of you, someone's coming around that's gonna like get your attention real quick. You're going to be like, who is this? And why can I not get them out of my head? Why can I not get this person out of my head? I feel like they threw me off my groove. This person threw you off your groove and you're like, whoa, I might be fantasizing about, you know, what we're going to name our kids right now. Like, this person could have you in your head about, like, I've never pictured myself, you know, in a white dress walking down the aisle with somebody, and yet here we are. Like, this person just surprised me, and they seem to be everything maybe I've been wanting or could have ever dreamed of. But this Tower card and Five of Cups is telling me, like, maybe they are also really good at the game that you play. And it's weird for you to be on the other side of it. And so you guys may not know what to do with yourselves. So some of you guys may have to put in a little bit more effort in this one, because now you have to get this person's attention, because maybe they're really good at the cat and mouse game better than you. And now you're like, dang, like, I don't want to lose out on this person, or whatever the case is. I don't know. Maybe this is a situation where you do lose out on somebody, okay? And again, take what resonates. There's different messages for different people. Because we do have this Five of Cups, for some of you, you could have lost somebody, or somebody left your life, or, you know, stopped calling, and you really liked them, but you took things a little too far with your games, and you thought everything was going well, and they ended up walking away, and now you're sad. And this is going to force you to become a little bit more mature when it comes to how you treat people, how you date, how you pursue romantic situations, things like that. So some of you guys may be pushed to mature and grow a little bit to come out of this childishness, but also start approaching it. The Page of Cups for me is twofold. Usually the Page of Cups is a really young energy, so it can also come across as immature for any suit, cups, wands, swords, whatever. But the Page is saying maybe you're coming out of this immaturity, but you're also now approaching love and romantic relationships with a little bit more vulnerability and a little bit more humility, okay, and a little bit more authenticity even. Being a little bit more genuine, being a little bit less guarded. And I feel like that's probably why some of you guys did, you know, approach relationships or dating in the way that you did, is because there was a little bit of a guard up. There was a little bit of a wall. Okay, so take what resonates. Different messages for different groups of Pisces. I just want to make sure that I'm kind of covering everything that I'm interpreting and picking up on. So if one doesn't necessarily resonate with you, take what does. If it doesn't resonate at all, that's fine. It's not the message for you. But essentially that is what I'm seeing for you guys. So I do feel like this could be really a really fun time. I do also feel like this could be a time where you guys mature in a lot of ways. I think Saturn is still in the sign of Pisces. It's going to be moving into Aries, I think in a week or two, if I'm not mistaken. So this could be like another little push for you guys to just be a little bit more mature, and really tap into what it is that you want realistically long term for your life. Does that make sense? Especially when it comes to love. All right, that's what I'm seeing there. I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with an oracle deck real quick, and then we'll move on to your general reading. Spiritual team, Hidden Truth Oracle, what additional messages do you have for the Pisces collective regarding their love lives? What final messages do you have for the Pisces collective, regarding their love lives? All right, let's see what additional messages come up for you guys. What do we need to know? I lost myself for a little while. I feel like this could be you, or this could be your person too. So take what resonates. I do have cross watchers that are probably watching. So this could talk about a person that you're dating, or this could talk about you. But whoever it is, I feel like this person is the person that's like kind of been flirty and not really, you know, putting in a whole lot of effort, so on and so forth. So I feel like it could be you, could be your person. So just take what resonates. But it does feel like this person potentially was acting like this because they had a wall up and they were maybe upset about something that happened in the past, okay? It says, we both know I am not the one for you. Okay, interesting. So that could be the impression that someone is getting because of the way that you approach dating or flirting with them, right? And again, this could be someone else, so take what resonates. But I get the feeling like this person just, you gave them too many mixed signals, or somebody gave you too many mixed signals and you're walking away, or they are walking away from you. And they're like, you know what? I'm just not the person for you. I'm not the type of person that likes to play games. So, you know, I'm going to move on. And then you're stuck there like, dang, like, what did I just do? Kind of a thing. And at the bottom of the deck, it says, I know I messed everything up. Okay. You know what? This card, we both know I'm not the one for you. This also could be the way that you approach love and flirting is like you like to flirt, or someone likes to flirt with no intention of moving forward. They just like to have fun. And again, I think that comes from that immaturity of like just playing with people's emotions, or just playing around with people's emotions for the attention. And again, take what resonates. If you don't identify with that, don't take this as me saying that's who you are. Different messages for different people. Okay. But I feel like whoever this is, the someone that needs to mature, is recognizing like, okay, I know I messed up. Like, I took it too far. I shouldn't have done that. Like, I really did like you. And now we're in the situation where both of our feelings are hurt, kind of thing. Interesting. Okay, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Let's go ahead and close this out. I'm gonna reshuffle and reset my table, and I'll see you guys at your general reading. Okay, Pisces, let's get into your general reading and see what you guys need to know. Spiritual team, Prism Oracle, what messages do you have for the Pisces collective? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? Let's see what you guys need to know. What does the Pisces collective need to know? Okay, so we have Ghost. It's your first card that came out. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Illumination. This is interesting. Two very, like, opposing energies. Like, on the one hand, we have distance, we have space, and then we have light, we have realizations. Maybe, oh, okay, so maybe you guys are going into like a hermit mode. Maybe you guys are ghosting life or people. I don't know. It's giving the energy of like, I go to work, I come home, I don't talk to anybody, I don't go outside. I'm a ghost right now. Like, I'm just kind of in a cocoon a little bit. And I feel like the illumination is like, you guys may be feeling really confused about life. You may be confused about where you're going in life, like what your next steps are. You may have a lot of confusion, a lot of like uncertainty, and you're just trying to figure it out. And so some of you guys may even feel like you're kind of like a shell of yourself, like you're not really fully present. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. Like, you're just going through the motions of life, but there's no sense of fulfillment. There's no sense of like, I'm here, I'm invested, I'm present. Maybe that's what it is. You just feel like you're not yourself lately, and you guys are probably wondering why that is. Let's get into the tarot and see what messages come up for you guys. Spiritual team, Divine Feminine Tarot, what messages do you have for the Pisces collective? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? Okay, let's see. What do we got? 10 of Wands, Queen of Swords in reverse, the Emperor, Death in reverse, 3 of Wands. What's at the bottom of the deck? Page of Cups, King of Cups in reverse, 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords in reverse. Excuse me, 2 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, it just feels like you guys are going through life like just not really sure of what to do. Like, I don't know. You know what it feels like? It feels like the person who's climbed the corporate ladder high enough to become maybe even CEO or, I don't know, CFO. Like, you have a really good position at your job. And just, this is an example, okay? So just apply the core energy to maybe your specific life if you're feeling this. But I feel like this 10 of Wands and this Emperor card, like, I feel like you guys are really successful in your lives. You may not be a CEO, but maybe you have like your dream job, and you have the house that you want, and you have the car that you want, and you have, you know, the wardrobe that you want. Like, it just feels like you have a lot of responsibility, but I don't feel like you guys necessarily want this responsibility, or you guys are very confused about why you're not happy. You guys may not be happy with where you're at. Like, it's everything that you should want. It's everything that you should do. But I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't feel like this was the life you would have chosen for yourself if you could do it all over again. And some of you guys may even be thinking like, dang, like, I really wish I could just go backpacking in Nepal for 3 months or 6 months, or even just go live at a monastery in India, or, you know, somewhere like that. And I feel like this 3 of Wands is kind of like you kind of like looking out, I don't know, maybe out a window, maybe, I don't know, it's just someone, I get this idea of someone just like kind of like looking out on the horizon and just like, dang, like, what else is there? Where do I go from here? Is this it? Like, have I peaked in life? Some of you guys might be going through a midlife crisis. Okay, some of you guys might be going through a midlife crisis. But I just feel like there is a desire for like more, or wondering if this is all you're ever gonna get out of life. And unfortunately with the Death card in reverse, it's like, I don't know, Spirit's telling me like there is something more out there, but you guys are maybe afraid to make that change. You know, Death card is a pretty big like transformational card. So if like you're afraid to like up and like leave your job, leave your career, and go backpacking in Nepal for 3 months, even though that's what you really want to do, it terrifies you to leave behind all of the stability and security that you've built throughout your life. You're like, God, what are my parents gonna say? Or, you know, what am I gonna do for money if, like, once I'm done, like, the economy is crappy and I come back and I can't find work, and then I gotta start all over again, or I gotta take a lower paying job or whatever. I feel like there's a lot of that running through your heads. For those of you that may identify with this particular type of energy. But again, I just feel like you guys are just going through the motions. Like, you have everything that anybody could probably want, you know, in certain societies, but like all of this success, all of this money, all of this whatever, like ultimately just isn't really where your heart is. Man. Yeah, and I just feel like you guys want so badly to like feel fulfilled. And some of you guys may not even realize like what it is that you actually want. You're like, yeah, Laura, like I feel like that, but I don't necessarily want to go backpacking in Nepal. And I'm like, okay, I get that. But I don't know what it is that your heart wants or what it is that your soul wants. But it feels to me like you guys want more, like your soul is craving more. And maybe you just haven't figured out what it is yet. Maybe you want to go, I don't know, work for the Red Cross, and you want to help people, you know, in places where disasters are, and like that's your true calling, is maybe like you want to go and be a nurse instead of working a corporate ladder. Or maybe you guys just want to open a cafe and be a barista, like instead of, you know, I don't know, working in finance. I don't know, maybe it's just something like that. Like maybe you guys have more of a creative side or a humanitarian side, or like a wandering spirit that you guys just never embraced or explored or tapped into. And I feel like this month or at this moment in your life, whenever you see this, your soul is like, yeah, there's more to life, but we're also scared to kind of leave everything behind in order to pursue what it is we actually want in life. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Anyways, that's what I'm seeing here. I'm going to go ahead and close things out with another oracle deck just to get some final messages, maybe some encouragement for you guys. Spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Pisces collective? Whoa, too many. Hold on. Too many cards. Okay. What final messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? Okay, we had one that flipped over. You know what? I'm also getting, for some of you, this could be relationship related. This could be romantic related. Some of you guys could be in a relationship that is not working out, and a lot of you guys are afraid to leave or separate yourself from this relationship. Could be romantic, could be your job, could be a best friend, could be whoever, whatever. Okay, but I do get this feeling of like some of you guys are in a relationship that is just, it's become more of a burden than a joy in your life. And so a lot of you guys are afraid to head out, okay? Or you guys are fighting to keep the relationship even though it's past due, okay? And I say that because, well, we have this Two of Cups here in reverse and a lot of other cards that indicate like, okay, Pisces is finding it really, really hard to leave because they want to, you know, keep this thing in their life. Maybe they worked really hard to get there. Maybe they worked or they've been in this relationship for 10 years, whatever. So I feel like a lot of you guys are afraid to just leave, but I feel like it's going to just continuously make you more miserable if you try to stay and make things work, okay? We also have Jade. It says be the bigger person. This is what flipped out of the deck. So for those of you that need to hear that, that's probably part of that situation. We have Aragonite, release your emotional baggage. Interesting. And I say that because, I feel that this card is for those of you that feel like there's more to life, but you can't go and be a backpacker because, you know, what will society think of you? What will your parents think of you? What will your friends think of you? Release that need to feel accepted by other people. Do what makes you happy. YOLO, you only live once. It's so cliche, but seriously, like, don't waste your life trying to make other people happy and be miserable because you're not doing something that makes you happy. Next, we have Phantom Quartz, embrace change. I feel like that's pretty straightforward, especially with the Death card here in reverse. Like, this is telling me you guys are resisting this urge to do something that your soul is literally asking you to do. The more you resist it, the more miserable you're gonna be. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. Okay, next we have Hematite at the bottom of the deck, and it says ground yourself. Okay, so a lot of you guys are having this out-of-body experience. You guys are definitely not, I don't know, some of you guys could be like, also Pisces are known for this, or at least the energy of Pisces is really known for this, but like escapism, you guys may be drinking, smoking, or getting lost in things that don't necessarily like, it feels like you guys are numbing yourselves so you're not feeling these urges or these desires, and you're just kind of like stuffing it away. You're like, stuff that down. No, we don't need to go anywhere. We don't need to blow up our lives. We're gonna stay right here. We're gonna keep doing what we've been doing because that's the most logical thing to do. Blah, blah, blah. But I feel like Spirit wants you to feel those feelings, as hard, as difficult as they are to feel. you gotta feel them because you're feeling them for a reason. And I feel like a lot of you guys are distancing yourselves from your emotions and like stuffing them down, and you're starting to become like a shell of yourself. And like, that's not healthy at all. I mean, it just feels empty. It feels empty, but unnaturally empty. I hope that makes sense. All right, Pisces, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and maybe share this with another Pisces if you feel like it would resonate for them. If you want to see more content from me, I am also on TikTok and Instagram. My handles are below in the description box, and those are the only 2 platforms you can send me a DM if you want to schedule a personal reading until I get my website officially set up and running. As always, though, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. I hope to see you guys at the next reading. Until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.